Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
And we've got the motor show, which took place recently.
Yeah, it's still on. We went last week, and we went the first day of the motor show on Friday, and we spent almost a whole day there looking at the cars, the stunts, and of course the girls, which we will focus on later.
How could you not look at the girls, right?
How not, right? But it wasn't. I mean, the turnout this year it felt a bit small.
Okay.
I mean, the past couple of years, motor shows have been pretty big. But because this year motor show coincided with F1, and the whole area was just locked down like crazy, so it was quiet.
But was there, in terms of participation, did it have an effect?
It did actually. You didn't see a lot of big players. I mean, the biggest booth went to Subaru.
Wow.
They're not a really big player, but they just had, I would say, close to half of the floor went to Subaru. They had 2 huge booths.
Okay.
Yeah, then the rest of it was just Honda had a pretty big presence, and Nissan and all that, but I didn't see very many other continental brands.
Gosh, all the big brands like BMW and
didn't see them.
Weren't there?
Didn't see them. I didn't
that's
see.
pretty
I
sad.
didn't see Merc. Yeah.
Perhaps wrong timing this time.
Yeah, absolutely. But what about the crowd? Were the crowds there?
Well, we went on day 1 again, being F1 weekend. I think people just stayed away.
Oh man.
Yeah, we went on day 1, and there was still lots of media there. Guys with cameras taking photos of the girls. You can guess. But besides that, and us. Yeah, we own the place, kind of. Yeah.
Well, it's still on till this Friday, so people can still head down and check it out.
I think it should be better this week because obviously now F1 is clearing out, so hopefully you get more crowd there this weekend.
Okay, what do you have to share with us? What's your first clip?
Daryl is there. He's obviously not here today, so I'm fronting for him. He actually he looked at a car which was quite a cool, unique car. It's called the Aqua car.
Wow.
It drives on land and it goes in the water. So yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch this clip.
Yeah.
I'm here with Frank Rindaknek, who is the CEO of Rinspeed. So Frank, you want to tell us a bit about the brand of your car?
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you. A compliment. You pronounce my real difficult last name very well.
Oh, thank you.
We are standing in front of the Scuba. The Scuba is the only real diving car in the world, which means that a Scuba can actually go underwater.
Wow, okay. So it's been used in the latest James Bond car and stuff like that, right? I mean, the James Bond film and,
Well, the inspiration came from James Bond's film, The Spy Who Loved Me, a film which was done 30 years ago, yet everybody knew it was fiction, it was not reality, and 30 years later we put it on the street, in the water, and below the water.
Okay, so it's more like realizing a dream. So I think we're going to sit inside the car and just see how the dream feels like. So let's go. You are thinking that this car might become a reality sometime in the future?
Well, not a diving car. I think that would be too complicated. But the Scuba is zero emission, which means there's no emission at all while driving or diving. And that's really a future which we have to try to get as soon as possible because emissions are just too many right now.
Okay, so give a time span in years. How far do you think we are away from zero emissions for all cars?
Well, the first cars will come out starting maybe next year or year after next. And then, of course, it takes quite a while to change all cars over. But that's maybe a 20 years process. But I'm very positive and I'm convinced that it'll be happening.
What car do you drive?
I have many cars. Of course, I have my toys. And my daily car is a Mini Cooper S and a Mercedes SLK.
Okay, so when do you think we'll see a flying car?
Well, I've been asked this question constantly. What's more obvious than after a diving car to build a flying car? Of course, I'd love to build a flying car. I'm pretty convinced one day I will do one, but certainly not next year because then I would do the expected. And I always like to do the unexpected, so something people do not wait and see. So be patient, maybe year after next.
Okay, how do you get your inspiration then?
Well, it depends. It can be while traveling, it can be while seeing, while talking. I don't have a specific place or time or habit to get ideas. I just, I try to soak up, and I think you do ideas with your stomach because it's a feeling.
Thanks for spending some time with us in the Scuba car.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Concept cars.
All he does is come
Yeah.
with concept cars.
I mean, you're saying that he does like about one a year. So all he does is sit down think in his think tank and just come up with, new
His job
cars.
is to dream, right?
Yeah.
To dream and imagine. That's like the
next?
most perfect job in the world.
I like his idea of the flying car. I wouldn't mind one of those coming out, although it would probably take a million years before I could actually afford one.
But you're saying that when you get into the car, you have to wear a suit, right?
Yeah, it's not
Because
like
it's
the
not-
original James Bond car, the
Yeah.
Lotus Esprit, where it was sealed.
Yeah.
You can just drive inside like a sub. This car, you need to have scuba gear. If you saw in between Daryl and Frank, there was the tank.
Yeah.
And you actually have to wear scuba gear because it's open cockpit.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. I
That
mean,
sounds dangerous, actually.
I don't think it's more dangerous. I mean, it's like scuba diving, except you have a vehicle underwater. Yeah, that's the only thing.
wow.
Anyway,
Still, it's not just him who has great jobs. The clip that we're about to see next about stunt drivers, right?
Yeah.
And those guys have great jobs too.
Yeah,
You want to
I
tell
mean-
us about that?
yeah, Russ and Paul are stunt drivers. They've been doing this for a couple of years. They're always at the Singapore Motor Show.
Wow.
So, I mean, usually it's Russ, the father, and this year he brought his son in.
Cool.
And if you want to hear Daryl screaming like a girl, it's a good clip to watch.
Okay.
Now, as Ross explains a series of spin attempts.
Okay, I'm in a car with Paul Swift, and so far he's taken me for quite a ride, and I think it's going to get a lot more exciting. Let's just hope that the camera manages to keep in place.
I don't think it will.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just try.
And what do we do if it falls off?
Yeah, then we'll just stop. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have a couple of practice runs first of all, okay? Just to
Okay.
give you an opportunity to learn what we're doing.
Okay, so take us through it.
Can you hold on with both hands?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you sitting on my lap while we do this.
All right. Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's try. Yep, I'm ready.
You got your seatbelt on, nice and
Yep.
tight, yeah?
Up on the ramp.
All right. Okay, so far that was quite all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I quite like this kind of thing, so it's like awesome.
You don't scream like you did in the other car. You were screaming like a girl in that one, weren't you?
Which one?
In the
Oh yeah, okay, Paul's trying to make me look bad, but ice
ready?
in my veins. Yes.
Hold on tight, yeah?
Okay, let's go. Alright, okay, so far it looks pretty alright. Yeah? The camera looks pretty steady. So are we gonna go for it right now?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it?
Yeah.
Let's go! Ah! Woo! Come on! Yeah.
Coming down, okay?
Alright,
Hold
let's
on.
go.
I thought we were going over there, didn't you?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah, I thought we were right on the edge there. I had my eyes closed at one stage.
Oh, come on, you just say that, come on.
Well, how's it like, man, driving? How long have you been driving?
22 years now. I'm 29.
Wow,
I
that's
started
crazy.
at 7, so...
You grew up in Darlington, right?
That's right, yeah, in England.
So what made you decide to become a stunt driver? I mean, you were doing like professional driving for a bit and all that. Right?
No, I started actually before, while I was still a child. I started at 7.
Go-karting?
Yeah, I did a bit of go-kart racing, but my father had a display team back in the UK, and I wanted to be part of the team. So I practiced when I was at school.
Yeah.
Before I went to school, I did 1 hour, and then at lunchtime I did an hour, and then when I came home, I practiced. And then
that's like your syllabus in school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But then once I got up to 16, I got the opportunity to compete in motorsport.
Yeah.
And I've won 7 British championships since then. So
that's pretty nifty titles under your belt.
Well, Schumacher got 7 titles. So
yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, what are we gonna do?
Okay.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah, we're going to try 2 cars on 2 wheels now.
Okay.
So
let's go.
Hopefully if we don't crash, he won't crash. Can you just pull your seat forward there slightly?
Yeah,
just
no
a little
problem.
bit.
Yeah, give me a second.
That's it, that's perfect there. You ready?
Okay, yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Hold on tight.
Okay.
Okay, coming down now, brace
yourself. Okay.
Here we go.
Ah!
Okay,
right, thanks a lot, man.
Nice to meet you.
A bit more encouragement. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here with stunt duo Russell and Paul Swift. We're going to start with Russell first and ask him a few questions. Okay, Russell, when did you start?
It must be about 35 years ago now when I did my first handbrake turn. That was in competition, but I've been doing it professionally for 25 years now.
Oh. Okay, so when you first started, when did you start doing like stunts for movies and stuff?
We don't do so many movies. We do a lot of movie premieres, but movies tend to be quite long-term jobs, and we're booked up 2 years in advance for events like this all the time. So inevitably, when we get asked to do some interesting movies, we normally can't do them. But we do a lot of TV commercials, but mainly we do this live. We travel all over the world doing performances at motor shows like this. We performed at the New York Motor Show. We performed in Hollywood last year, and I think this is our 4th time here at the Singapore Motor Show. But this is our favourite.
Oh, really? Favourite? Okay, what are your best experiences like in the car? Like, what's your best stunt to do? Like, where you feel the most exhilarated?
Well, probably one of the slowest manoeuvres you could possibly imagine is the parallel parking manoeuvre, which is only done at about 15 miles an hour. But we've got the Guinness World Record for that manoeuvre, and that really has become our trademark. And here at the Singapore Motor Show, we're actually getting very, very close to the record. We're having a bit of a competition, father and son competition, and to see who can get the closest.
Okay, so any bad experience though? Like you guys, you do like all these stunts. Any bad experiences?
Not really. We don't tend to be daredevils. We take safety very, very seriously, and when you're doing it as often as we do, you always got to leave a little bit of margin for error. So we tend to try and not wreck cars or injure ourselves.
Okay, I'm going to ask Paul next few questions. Okay, how's the lifestyle so far? Like, okay, people see like drivers, I mean stunt drivers or F1 drivers, they always like go around very glorified, have a lot of chicks and all that. How is it suiting you so far? Is it really like that?
No, we like to change our own tyres and keep our feet firmly on the ground. It's good actually to have a good understanding of what the car's doing. But the lifestyle's perfectly normal.
Oh, perfectly normal. Okay, so your dad has broken a record. Do you want to break your own Guinness record?
I won't be breaking any of Dad's records. He's quite satisfied with them. But I'll certainly be looking to set some world records in the future, yeah.
Okay, name us one that we should look out for.
A triple backflip. We're going to work on that one. Yeah, maybe we'll come back to Singapore and perform that one next year.
Okay, one last question for both of you. Any tips for for stunt driving aspirants, people that want to start stunt driving? Any tips for them?
Well, here in Singapore, you've got a very good motor club that organise events called Gymkhanas and Motorkhanas, and that's how we started off. Very, very basic grassroots motorsport, and very quickly you'll realise if you've got talent or not. And that's how I started. That's how we both started, and we both had a fair modicum of natural talent, and then your enthusiasm takes you from there.
Your will to win, yeah, absolutely. It's just practice at the end of the day. When I first started, I practiced every day. You know, even coming home from school, spend 3 hours before it gets dark on an evening. So if you want to be good at anything, the secret's just practice.
And you heard it here on Razor. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Wow.
They certainly have the best job in the world.
Yes, they do. Although I'm sure during that clip, some of you were looking at the girls and the background, right?
Yeah,
and that's why we're bringing it to you now, to the foreground, right, John?
Exactly. And we thought a good way to end this show is that you guys take a look at the scenery.
All right. Yep, and that's all we have for you. Enjoy the girls, and to those of you who celebrate Hari Raya, Selamat Hari Raya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was wrong like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you? Don't you? Fight the feeling. Leave it alone. Cause if it ain't love, it just ain't enough to leave a happy home. Let's keep it friendly.